All right. So Zoom, which is the webinar software that I'm using, likes to take a little while to let anybody in. So if you saw me sitting here staring off into the distance and not saying anything, that is why I'm waiting for everyone to join. All right. I think we have a quorum, as they say. Um, First of all, thank you so much for joining me today for this webinar and for this discussion. My name's Rob. Many of you know me, many don't, and have been lucky in such a situation. I'll be your tour guide on the path of enlightenment today. A quick note, if you're watching us live, this webinar is a webinar style environment, which means that I don't have the ability to turn on your microphone, which also means that any commentary or questions that you want to throw out there will need to go in the webinar chat, which I'm going to be monitoring and I'll cover at the end of our session. If you're watching us on demand or on YouTube and you have questions, then you can just shoot me an email at hello@runfreeproject.com and ask away. Obviously, those of you watching live are welcome to do the same, whatever the path of least resistance is. So, with that out of the way, let me get into it. Today, we're going to be talking about the holiday retailer's secret weapon Run Free's universal gift card feature. I'll also be announcing a new extension of this feature that I'm super stoked about because you guys have been asking us about this and we finally figured out how to do it. And it'll be released in the next couple of weeks. If you're going to the running event, we are booth 215 and would love to see you. I'm doing some classes on best practices with e-commerce and mobile apps, as well as a demonstration of this cool new extension of the universal gift card feature that I will blather about here in just a second. One of the biggest things that is part of this whole universal gift card thing is that it is a uniquely powerful expression of our commitment to bring you and your customers a seamless convergence between the physical and the digital in every interaction that happens with your brand. You have probably heard some version of this over the years as we've sat down and chatted with you guys, and you'll see that the theme of our booth this year is about boundaries essentially disintegrating between the physical and the digital. Uh, Folks, especially under the age of 35, are expecting to be able to move between interacting with your brand on their phone or on their computer and in real life at one of your events or in your store for a fitting and have those things feel like they're one and the same without there being any blocker or differences or friction. And so this universal gift cards feature is one of the many things that we've done to try and extend that as much as possible. You guys have probably seen me blather about this particular thing a little bit, but stick with me here. It is a great reminder of what your online presence truly represents, especially during the holiday season. Because 97% of all consumers learn about your existence by looking online, that initial impression is going to inform what they do next. If you're hard to find in a Google search, if your website feels old and uncared for, if your e-commerce site is slow or not mobile friendly, there's a high likelihood that they're going to go somewhere else. And this 97% of people who have never been exposed to your brand before are doing a Google search and typically landing on a local search, which everybody's seen. That's the map on the right-hand side. Well, I guess right hand for you guys, right-hand side, and the listing of the stores with their Google reviews and bells and whistles, and you just click through and see which one feels best to you. Um, as the shopper, that's a big part of being introduced to a brand the very first time. And when a prospective shopper clicks on your website to investigate further, they're likely going to be among the 87% of people who browse your e-commerce store in addition to the website, as they're getting a feel for who you are, what you're all about, and what they can expect when they come into the physical store. And of course, incredibly, if that shopper connects with your brand identity and feels as though you meet their needs or have the potential to meet their needs, there is a solid chance that they'll be among the 76% of people who conducted that search in the first place. Typically a local search. I keep saying that. That means like running store near me, for example, who will set foot in your physical store within 24 hours of that search. A lot of folks in Run Specialty focus on the percentage of revenue that comes from e-commerce sales and value their online presence specifically and only based on that. Now, obviously, that is a reasonable factor, but stopping with percentage of revenue is a mistake because at the end of the day, the majority of your in-store sales also begin online. That Google search where they learned about your existence is the catalyst for them visiting your store for the first time. It's rare that a brand introduction happens somewhere else nowadays, which is kind of crazy. So, in other words, the digital side of your brand should be handled with the same care that you give to your physical presence because the incidence of people discovering that you exist online and having their first engagement with your brand there is only rising. That people aren't using the internet less. You know what I mean? And as I mentioned before, the modern shopper, especially those under 35, expect there to be seamlessness in those experiences. So there is an expectation among folks that um, when they begin their buying process or begin their shopping process online, that when they set foot in the store, it can act as an extension of the experience they've had thus far online. And of course, nowhere is that more true than in the world of gift card purchases and redemptions. What do I mean by that? And why am I talking about gift cards and strategy and all this nonsense? Luckily, we've got a solution to this problem. But one of the more common problems in retail is that if someone has purchased a gift card in store over the past couple of years, that is the only place they can use that gift card. If they go to an e-commerce site, oftentimes gift cards that are usable on the e-commerce site are only usable there and not in store and vice versa, which is a really crappy user experience and the opposite of what I was just running my mouth about when it comes to a convergence between the physical and the digital. Like I mentioned, luckily we have a solution to this. It is, I think, one of the coolest features because it really underlines the power of convergence of those two places and provides a truly universal experience with gift cards. So if Jim here buys a gift card at your running store, he should immediately be able to use that card on your e-commerce site and or in your mobile app. And Jim should also be able to flip-flop any of these and not have to worry about his gift card being unusable between two of these points of purchase. It should just work everywhere as a baseline. It should never be stopped. I mean, this is you never want to stop people from buying from you. Um, so how does that work? What does it look like under the hood? And then what is the shopper's experience and yours when this happens? At its most basic, here's how we do it. On the screen here, you can see your brick and mortar store. It's transparent in this view. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong camera. And inside you can see your point of sale system. Now, if you're a Run Free project member, the Run Free platform's connected to that point of sale system, and the two of them are constantly sending information back and forth all day, every day. Everything from inventory updates to orders and even gift card data. Your e-commerce site lives on the Run Free platform. So when Jim visits your e-commerce store and buys a $100 gift card for himself or someone else that he either loves or is trying to bribe, the moment he pays, the Run Free platform is going to reach out to your point of sale system and create the gift card in there. Then it's going to send an email to old Jim here with the barcode and whatever gift card number the point of sale assigned. From a mobile perspective, if Jim, came back a few days later and decided that he wanted to use $50 from his gift card in your mobile app. Mobile app is something that we offer as a product. If you don't use our mobile loyalty app, that's totally cool. This still Jives, if they wanted to visit your e-commerce site on their mobile device, that would be the same thing that 85% of shoppers on our platform do. So this works there too. It's just cooler if I say mobile app. And, of course, there's always shameless self-promotion involved in these conversations too. Anyway, so let's say he wants to use $50 from his gift card that he had previously purchased in your mobile app, which is also an extension of the Run Free platform. He just enters the card number, and the app then goes and asks the platform if it's legit and what the balance is. The Run Free platform is going to reach out to the point of sale system, ask the exact same question. Since the ecom site created the card in the point of sale system to begin with, it acts as the single source of truth, regardless of whether it came to be on that ecom site or in your app. Your point of sale system is going to come back and tell Run Free that the card's legit and the gym has $100 available. Then Run Free sends that info to your mobile app and Jim can make his purchase. All this happens in literally milliseconds and is totally automatic. You don't have to do anything. It just works. Now, I'm sure you saw this coming, but since we use the point of sale system as the single source of truth, when Jim comes back into your brick and mortar store and decides to use the balance on that gift card that he purchased online, all he has to do is show you the email or his app, and you scan the barcode just like you're scanning a physical gift card that you issued in store using the traditional method. Your point of sale your point of sale system is going to tell you Jim has $50 left on his card, and when he decides to use that final balance, it's recorded in the POS. Sorry, I keep looking at the wrong camera. And since everything in your digital world is connected to your point of sale system through the Run Free project, you don't have to update that information anywhere. If Jim immediately tried to go and use the card online, the platform would ask the POS for the balance. It'd say 0 and it wouldn't let him use it. This could be 10 seconds later, all automatically with 0 human intervention required. Pretty cool. What's better, if Jim purchased a physical gift card from you, let's say 10 years ago, all the different scenarios I just laid out still apply. He can redeem it on your ecom site. He can use it in your mobile app. And obviously, he can use it in store in the traditional fashion. And there's nothing that you have to do to make that work besides being a Run Free project member. It is universal across all of those places. So let me see if I can figure out where all my little bells and whistles are here. There we go. Wow, that worked a lot better than I expected. There's too many things to sort through, and I'm too old. I wanted to show you what buying and redeeming gift cards with Run Free looks like from the shopper's perspective, just briefly, so that you can make some sense out of things that I just drew out on those silly maps. Before I dive into that, I do want to highlight a best practice for the holidays while we're here. I mentioned earlier in the webinar that I'm going to be doing classes at the running event at our booth. And one of those is going to be best practices for e-commerce, and it will be actual, tactical best practices. I know you guys like the strategic conversations, but they don't prove to be quite as exciting as the tactical stuff. It's not quite as usable in the traditional sense, let's say. I'll also be doing a best practices for mobile app deployment class there as well. And we'll be demoing the feature that I'm taking too much time to announce so you guys can see how it works too. The best practice is this: during the holidays, there are 4 primary categories of products that are purchased. And this is the case all year round, but this is especially true during the holidays for 2 of them. The first 2 that are the case year round: men's and women's shoes. Obviously, this is a broad generalization. It may adjust a little bit from store to store. The third and one of the 2 that rises during the holiday season is your branded gear. So Palmetto Running Company has done a really great job. They have their PRC gear right here above the fold at this button. The fourth and also unbelievably popular thing during the holidays is gift cards. Palmetto's got it right here. They've also got an ad for their Run Free mobile app, right, or a call to action for that mobile app right in the middle of the screen. So they're giving the user everything that they're looking for immediately and above the fold. This is a best practice, leading the shopper to the place where they're most likely to purchase through a curated process that feels as much like being in the store as possible is always going to bring you a higher conversion rate of shoppers to buyers. So make sure that you're showing your branded apparel. People love giving that stuff as gifts, as you could tell from my hat. And make sure that gift cards are really easy to get to. Both of those are simple on the Run Free side. Obviously, if you have questions about that, you can drop us a note in the chat. So, Intergalactic Running Company. This is our demo site. This is not a real running store. This is where I'm going to kind of show you what the shopper's experience is with gift cards. So I believe we put gift cards up here. There we go. And so you can see on my screen that I have this fake front side to a digital gift card that has my logo on it. I can put any kind of custom call to action or information down here. So if you've got events coming up, or you want to send somebody to a place where they can purchase a physical gift card instead, then you can do that here. But that may not be necessary after our announcement a little bit later in the call or webinar call. Who am I talking like it's 1996? The cool thing about the gift card builder, and this is from the shopper's perspective, is I can make it for any amount that I want. Of course, I can send it to anyone I want to. So Luke is the first and new dedicated sales and account management person here at Run Free. So welcome to the party, Luke. And I'm going to send it to him for $78.98, just to highlight how much of a psychopath I am. And then I'm going to go and enter the recipient's email twice to make sure that it's correct. I can put a phone number in optionally. That phone number will receive a text that the gift card has been sent to them as soon as this is done. So if you don't want to do that, then you can leave the number out. Welcome to the team, bro. All right, that makes me sound youthful. I add that to my cart, and it's going to land in my cart just like anything else that I purchase. If I came to the e-commerce store and I had a physical gift card, or a gift card that was purchased online at another time, I can simply type that number in right here or copy it from the email, whatever, click redeem and apply that to my cart as well. It's that simple. And this is the universal gift cards from any source within your store that I was blathering about earlier when I was showing you those overviews. When I proceed to the checkout, I'm going to see some info here. I can say, howdy boys, look at my order summary, continue, and I can enter in my credit card number, 90210, of course, and then place my order. And that's it. As soon as my order is placed, as the shopper, I'm going to get an invoice that says you purchased this digital gift card, and thanks, come back and see us, whatever it is. Luke is going to receive an email with the fake image of the gift card in it, and a reverse image of the gift card that includes a barcode and a number. And he can tap to copy that number and use it in the store, or walk into your physical store and show you the barcode. You can scan it with the gun, just the same exact way that you would do with a physical gift card that you may have issued at another time, and it works the same way. So very, very simple from the shopper's perspective, very simple to navigate from the store's perspective. You can also send gift cards to people as the store administrator, as gifts, and as if you want to extend a goodwill credit to somebody because they had to wait too long on Black Friday or something like that, you can send them a digital gift card using that same functionality behind the scenes in your Run Free platform. Very cool. So enough of the stuff that you may or may not already know about. The new feature that's coming is we're going to we've built in an option that lets the customer check a box that says, I'd like a physical copy of this card. So they go to the digital gift card page, they fill out their info, they click, I'd like a physical copy of this card, they complete the purchase the way that I just showed you, you as the running store or retailer administrator are going to get a notification that that gift card has been purchased, a notification that they would like a physical card, and then you're able to actually click inside the order and it'll bring up a ready to print label that includes the UPC, the barcode, and the gift card number. You can then print that label using a standard UPC label printer and apply it to a physical gift card blank. I'm sure you've got them in store. So you apply it to that blank and you can have the customer come pick up the physical card in the store, or you can mail it to them if you'd like. And it is the same as that digital gift card. So they now have a physical copy of the digital card they just purchased. Makes it so much easier than having to sell a physical gift card as a separate experience in the online store. You can also, apply this physicality to other gift cards that were purchased online at other points in time. And obviously, around the holiday season, people enjoy giving the physical card as a stocking stuffer or as a gift much more than they do the digital, which of course is more convenient, but not as pretty. And same thing goes with your branded apparel, of course. It's nice to have that really cool local businesses branded apparel in the gift they open, rather than maybe something that isn't quite as personal or quite location specific. So we're really excited to be offering this feature. We've been working for quite some time to develop something that is seamless, that can move from the digital into the physical world, and we've found a solution, and we're going to be demoing it at the running event for you guys at our booth 215, and I'll probably email the crap out of you about all this stuff as well. But please do join us for those classes at the running event. If you're not going to the running event, just like everything else we do, there will be recordings on our YouTube channel that you can take a look at. And of course, everything that I just described, the gift card stuff, the print gift card copy feature, all of that comes stock with the Run Free Project integrated e-commerce platform. There is no extra cost to you to do this. This is how the platform works from day one. If you want to use the mobile loyalty app for your store, that is an extra cost, but everything else is built right into the platform. And so if you're not using digital gift cards today, you can do that very easily simply by going to settings, digital gift cards, toggling that on, adding in the constraints that you want to add, and you're good to go. And then, of course, after the running event and before Black Friday, quite a bit before Black Friday, not like the day before, we'll enable that print a physical gift card copy option that gives you that label printed directly in the store that you can slap on the back of the physical card, or you can, stick it on their forehead and push them out the door if you want to. I don't care. Nonetheless, this gift card universality, is that even a word? Let's say it is, during the holidays, eases you in the store, because you don't have to find sanity around a gift card somebody bought online that they can't use in store, or vice versa. It all works perfectly, and it is an easy purchase online, and it is particularly attractive to the Christmas shopper who may or may not have waited to the very last second to get something cool and thoughtful. When they can click that button to give me a physical copy, doing it at the last minute looks cooler and more thoughtful than it might have in the past. Doesn't look like we have any questions coming across the wire right now, but I'm sure we'll have some after the fact. As you're playing around in your Run Free Ecom site, you play around with the gift card stuff and send a gift card as the store to kind of test that out too. A lot of folks don't know that that's there. If you're not a Run Free Project member and you'd like to learn about gift cards and universality and all the different things that we offer that are unique to the Run Free platform and the way that we integrate with the point of sale system, then all you need to do is, let's see if this works. Yay! Email us at hello@runfreeproject.com. We'll set up a demo. Luke and I will jump on the phone, show you around, answer any questions that you have, and show you the rest of the automation that's bringing that convergence between the digital and the physical. Our goal is to make those two things feel like the exact same thing when your customers are dealing with you. Thanks so much for joining me today. Hopefully this was helpful, informative. Hopefully the uh, get a physical copy new feature is an exciting sounding feature, and looking forward to hanging out with you guys in Austin. Cheers.